Oh, I won't be able to boost all my cores to above 4 gigs.
Well, you don't
Because
have a
the
K
power
series,
board-
so don't be too over, like, you know, expecting
I'm
to
not-
be able to really do that anyway, I think.
It will be able to boost with proper cooling up
Well,
to
Have you
4.5.
tried searching for that
1.6.
motherboard on reviews?
Yeah, and it's hard to find that particular one. There are lots of B variants, and that's what I can usually go by. But
So is the Strix B560, isn't it?
Strix, Acer Strix B560-A. Still can't move my mouse. Why? Great. Ammo crate.
Stop the US forces from conquering every sector.
Well, what I'm reading here is that Asus B560 can't overclock the CPU.
Not even boost? Because I'm not trying to overclock.
Well, maybe boost, but the overclock, I guess you'd have to try to look into it a bit more.
Yeah, because the guy in EC Mates, one of them kept saying, just get the Z590 because it has better power delivery. And I'm just thinking, well, yeah, I feel like I can put myself in a more safer spot if I just get the Z. So even if it's too much, at least I don't
How
have
much
to worry
more
about.
does the Z cost?
I don't know. I haven't like. I don't think it's that much expensive, but I haven't really looked into it.
Like, I want to read more about it. Like, if I was going to
What's
make
our
a proper
situation?
decision.
Yeah, same. That's why I haven't made the order yet. See, I don't want anything with limitations. That's the thing. Like, I want my CPU to pretty much use all that it can.
Yeah.
As far as the CPU fan cooling can do, anyway. That's my limitation, because that I can't change unless I go liquid, which I won't.
Yeah. Well, the CPU cooler you've got is like top of the range for air cooling anyway, so I don't think you have to worry about that side of it too much.
Yeah, so that's why I want to make sure that the motherboard isn't another bottleneck.
Maybe you should have just got like a K series, you know, spend the extra money.
Nah, because then I'll definitely have to go liquid.
Nah. I'm not going anywhere in particular, I'm just looking around.
No, I was scratching my ear.
Now how far out you can actually go.
Bravo sector is under American control.
Why were they always Russian?
Because it's the same, like any war movie, Germans are always the bad people.
Well, I mean, we're against US.
Like, what is the point of this? Is this even a base here or something? Why don't I have a map to look at?
Like, when you press M, nothing
Yeah.
expands.
Why
Yeah, I
is there
know.
no map?
And my keyboard even says, look, press M. Like, on my keyboard, the M letter, the key is lit up, implying that, you know, M can be pressed. Nothing comes up. I'm thinking maybe it's just because of the beta. I'm hoping that
Strength diminished. We're drawing
final
on
release will
reinforcements.
allow some kind of mini map, because it's why not? Every other Battlefield game has had a mini map.
Oh yeah, like
mini map.
if I don't have a mini map, how am I supposed to know what you're doing? How can I keep up with you? Do I have to keep turning and looking for you?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and apparently, if you ran out of ammo, just switch to a different mag type, and your ammo is filled. That's what I learned from a video.
Our enemies control Alpha sector.
Get out there!
What? Maybe I can take a vehicle.
Oh, this. I don't know. Just this map's so big that I've got the freedom to just sort of run around and chill if I want to. Because, you know, like there's maybe 5 or 6 spots where all the fighting's sort of concentrated. It's good, and that's what I was hoping it would be like lots of skirmishes, not as, you know, linear. Like some of the maps in Battlefield 5, is literally like it's a straight line. You just fight your way and try to like push like a tug of war.
Yeah.
I still haven't even shot at an enemy yet. Oh, I closed the door.
Are you serious?
I like that it's futuristic, but it's not over the top.
Enemy forces have
Well, I guess
Alpha
that's why they went
resources.
with 42.
Could you imagine a battle royale in Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk. Jeez. That would be awesome if they kept the city as busy as it is. And like you had the entire city to roam, and it was like a 128 minimum players, and everyone, you know, yeah, that'd be cool.
Or even if they
And each
put it in sections.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't say much for the whole city, because I haven't explored the entire city yet.
Yeah, oh, it's massive.
Yeah.
But like,
well,
even if they like sectioned off parts of it, so it's like go to Chinatown. That's
We're
where you
nearly
do
out
it.
of resources. End this quickly.
Are we already gonna lose? Jesus. Oh, we've got no sectors.
Wow. Wow, look at that. Yeah, look at that. It's gone down like
Sustain any
12.
more losses.
12. There we go. See, it's going down
Forces
heaps.
have won this battle.
We were just like a couple of hundred, and then they're still at 1300, and
Hey, I
now
got
we're
one
at
kill.
zero.
Alright, let's see if I can find more about this motherboard then. Asus B560A motherboard power delivery is what we want to know.
Yeah. Like they can say,
Asus,
oh
Asus,
yeah,
Asus.
it's capable of running a 10900, fine, but I want to be able to do whatever my fan can handle. Like cooler.
Yeah, see, it's all just the same. 8 plus
It's
2
hard.
power stages combine high side, low side MOSFETs and drivers in a single package. So 8
Yeah,
plus
and
2.
I know I've seen that it's 8+2, but I don't really know what that means.
It's to do with like you know how if something handles more power, it needs more sort of like, oh, what do they call them? It needs like not fuses, but capacitors to be able to handle the power and regulate it, make sure it's consistent and and runs well. I think that's what the power stages are. But if it's 8 plus 2,
8+2 doesn't.
I don't know if that's standard or not. Value B560, 590. Apparently the Asus TUF Z590 is good.
I heard that tough is good for like long periods, like which would suit me pretty well since I never turn off my PC. And I would settle for tough as long as it has more than enough power delivery.
You want 10th gen anyway, don't you?
10th or 11th, same thing. The B560A is 11th gen, I think.
Oh wow.
I don't want ASRock because I heard that they have really shit cooling in their VRMs.
Yeah, I've heard with ASRock a similar sort of thing. It's like hit and miss whether they actually make a good product or not.
Yeah.
Um.
And Prime. Avoid Prime because that's their most budget. Asus Prime.
Lost my mouse, so I can't stop my streaming. That's great.
Yeah, you can't move it. Otherwise, just press Alt F8. That stops it.
But then how do I start it?
You have to wait until you get in the game, like actually in the game. It's in the game.
So B560 and Z490 would it be?
590.
590. Price high to low. Let's just assume we're only going to look at Asus.
Asus, yeah.
You don't want to spend 2,500.
No, although I would if I had.
So where are we at? Tough. B560. What's the cheapest? Asus Prime Z590. And that's actually cheaper than the 560 Strix.
And how much?
It's 260.
What's the audio side of things and the USB
But
ports?
it's a Prime. You don't want to prime though, do you?
Not really.
What the fuck? Okay, so it's literally $40 to get a Z590 Strix that looks the same. It's
Oh,
40,
yeah?
it's $40.
$40 more?
Oh, well, 50, sorry. But yeah,
Oh, okay. Which one's that?
and that's from PLE.
Yeah, I'm looking at PLE now. Z590.
Yeah, you look at the difference between the 560 and the
Is it the
590.
$345 one?
Yeah.
Okay. So many PCIe. I don't know if I ever. I mean, it's really good.
So
Like
look, if you're looking at the 560, have you got both of them open?
No.
All right,
But
so
I'm going to look the B560. You mean?
yeah, the B560 and the Z590.
Yep, both open.
Okay, so looking at the B560, choose a picture that shows it front on.
You mean like with the IO ports not showing?
Yeah, so like he's top down.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you look at the CPU of the B560, and you see on the left of it and on the top all the little capacitors, all the little black things.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the.
Those are the 8+2 and all that sort of shit. So you look at the
Yeah.
560, and then you look at the same sort of picture on the 590, and you see how different it is, and how many more it has.
On the 590, right?
Yeah.
There seems to be way more, and obviously that kind of shows that it delivers more power,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It can basically deliver a consistent and stable power at a higher rate than the B560, and that's why it's designed basically for overclocking, is because it can supply that stable power.
Yeah. Yeah. See, but I know I won't go wrong with the 590, but I'm just trying to sort of justify a reason to get the 560 because it's cheaper. I'm already I've already spent over $1,000.
It's $50.
I know it's $50. And ultimately I probably end up going that, but I'm just trying to reason with myself, can I get away with the 560? That's all. And that's why I'm kind of stuck. And because I don't know I'm unfamiliar with how the 560 performs. Shit. Oh, did you do something?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, the 560, it might be suitable for something like a 10400 i5, whatever, or something with the much slower. But I'm using a freaking i9 10900, which is literally top 3 of the most powerful. I don't want to be a soul.
Okay, so it's the RAM you can't overclock. Oh,
With
but
the 560?
No, it depends as long as you're using a new CPU, you can, so that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Our forces are nearing majority control of the sectors.
Look, all vehicles are gone.
So basically what I'm reading here is someone saying the power delivery, so PL1 is what they're talking about, on the B560 motherboard is only 65 watt.
So, like, my CPU would be stuck at 65?
Something like that.
Oof, yeah. See, now that's making me not want to get a B. And the guy from EC Mates is right. He just says just get the Z version. Right from the beginning, he was telling me to get a Z motherboard, while everyone else was like, "Oh, you don't have a K version, just get the B version." And I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I want to be able to use the, the boost that it offers. Because if you remember the 10900, yeah, the base clock is 2.8, and the highest it can ever reach that no one really tries anyway. Because usually if it says 5.2, the highest they can reach, even with liquid cooling, is like 5.1. I don't care if I can't reach above 5. If I can just do like 4.5 or 4.6, consistently, I know that's going to be hot. I'd be happy with that. Or even just above 4, that's a huge upgrade already because I've got 10 cores.
Only a few sectors remain unsecured.
Yeah, no, I'm just reading a similar sort of thing. Everything I look at is if you basically want to make sure that the 11900 isn't like restricted with power delivery and can run at what it should be capable of. Yeah, a 10900. Then yeah, basically you really should be looking at getting a bloody a Z series motherboard.
Yeah.
But why 590? Can't you get a 490?
I think the 500 series has more input output ports, which I require. I've used up pretty much all my USB ports.
But can't you just you use adapters anyway, don't you?
I also use adapters, yeah. I use all 4 ports at the front of my PC. 3 constantly, one free, but sometimes I use all 4, depending on what I'm doing. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. That is the case.
Situation.
U.S. forces asserting control over
Shit, I can't fly for crap.
Yeah, I'd say it's $50. Peace of mind, and you know it'll work.
The thing is that I have been looking at the reason what's making me go with the. I'm not saying that I will, but the price on PC case gear is
they've got horrible
even cheaper
motherboards, eh?
in PC case gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have much, but so the one you showed me that you're comparing with the 560A and PLE. Yeah, the 590, but because you keep saying it's $50 cheaper, there's actually an $80 difference if you compare it to the one from PC case gear. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, but it's from PLE, so you can pick it up locally.
Yeah, that's true.
Because what, PC case gear has a $20 delivery fee or something?
I think it's for standard it's 14, and I'm dead.
For some reason I'm climbing upstairs.
It's alright. If you're climbing up the stairs, I'll climb as soon as...
Stairs?
Yeah, climbing upstairs. He fell down the stairs, he fell down the stairs.
Oh, now I'm gonna take the zip line because YOLO.
Wait, I still haven't put my...
I thought I was safe in the helicopter.
They have control of Sector Echo.
It's alright. He jumped off so I can save you. No, I can't because you died. Ah, dog. Oh, this must be that thing you were talking about where you can heal from a distance.
Yeah, the gun.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck's this? Oh, must be what you're talking about.
I'm here to help.
Thought you were an enemy just then.
That's one thing I keep seeing people complain about.
There's enemies there.
Yeah, there's enemies everywhere.
Oh, I missed. Hey, let's both die at the same time.
Yeah, what the fuck? We literally killed each other.
What?
Yeah,
That's what I said.
yeah, it actually said we killed each other at the same time.
How? I was firing at someone else. What the hell? That's... Why are we wearing surgical gloves?
That's what I
It used to be like those motorbike gloves, and now we're wearing fucking... Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be saved up here. Let's see what vehicles are available. Let's go on a... There, take this helicopter. I can fly now. Not great, but I'm getting better. I think there's something right below. Oop. Oh, that sucked.
They're chipping away at our forces.
Avoid this one. I'm gonna have to...
Our forces have secured Sector Charlie.
Okay, what about B? It's hard to see if I don't have a fucking map.
yeah.
Like, I can't tell where I need to go to B. Well, rocket is E, but probably nothing but trouble there.
The enemy has captured Sector Delta.
Well, that can't be good. Pretty sure I'd be shot down if I stayed like this low trying to capture a flag or a point. But I'm also trying to see if there's anyone around us, and oh, there it is here. Oops, I'm upside down for some reason. That wasn't healthy.
NCP 30251. What was the Asus Z590, wasn't it?
590, yep.
And the Z590 looking at was the Z590A.
Yeah, 560A. Ah, I was on my fucking roof and then some dickhead on the roof.
Gaming, it's the gaming. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, the Z598 gaming, the phase configuration is a 14 plus 2 plus 3.
Ooh.
The
Okay.
B560 is an 8 plus 2.
Yeah, that's right.
The B560 uses an 50 amp MOSFET, and so
Okay.
does the Strix, but it uses a different type. So let's see if we can find the difference. Vishay 639 versus the 560 uses a, what was that, on semi
We have majority
NCP30.
control of the sectors.
NCP30 2150.
Only a few sectors left before the Russians have it all.
Oh no.
Oh, well. Wow.
We have majority control of the sectors.
Oh, so the Strix actually uses a mixture of on-semi and Vishay for their MOSFETs as well.
Well, which Strix?
I225, the Z590.
Oh, okay.
Audio ALC 4080, whereas the B560 uses a Supreme FX S1220. Wi-Fi don't care, LAN Realtek R28125, Intel i225. Realtek RT8125.
Russian troops have entered one of our objectives.
Really? Okay, why am I in fucking console? Fuck, I couldn't move and I died.
We've burned through half our resources.
Console, you fucking shit. How's that noise?
We're going after Bravo 2.
The onboard LAN for the Z series is better as well. Well,
Not that I know the 560 one is about 2.5. I don't even know if I even use that much, but let me guess the one on the 590 is like 5.
well
5 gig?
they both have a 2.5, but the B560 uses Realtek and the Z590 uses Intel.
Is Intel better? I'm not actually sure.
I don't think it overly matters, except for the fact that some people say that the Intel's probably more compatible.
Yeah, okay. Good, he's dead.
We are securing Alpha 2.
I love these explosions.
We're close to complete control of all sectors.
We have lost control of an objective.
I should be playing Battlefield.
Allies are securing objective Delta 2.
But yeah, I understand why you want to know the difference between the boards, because I imagine you'd be needing to know the same when it comes to getting one.
So this is something someone says that's interesting.
Okay.
With a B560 and a Z590 motherboard, unless you have an 11th gen CPU, you actually lose your first M2 slot on the motherboard. So it mustn't support the both onboard M2s. And this person is suggesting why not get a Z490 so you don't lose it.
So what do I lose from getting a 490 instead of a 590? That's what I'm not entirely
Attacking
sure
one of our
about.
objectives.
Well, I suppose because the Z490 is actually compatible with the 10th gen, rather than being
Oh,
backwards
and then the
compatible.
590 is 11th.
Yeah,
So the 500 series is in conjunction with 11th gen, and the 400 series must be 10th.
yeah, and that's why there's for instance, the 12th gen Outer Lake is going to be Z690 for the motherboards.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Well. All right. Well, I mean, because I don't really need any more than one M.2 as far as I know. So, I mean, even if it's 2 instead of 3 M.2s, then that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't even have one, so I'm not going to complain.
So there you go. I guess that's a couple of things to think. The Z490 is a previous generation motherboard, but it'll be more
Too many red
directly
sectors.
compatible.
Get them back.
You'll be getting, if you spend an extra $50, you'll be getting 100% stability with, trying to get your CPU running at its potential.
With the 490, right?
With the 490, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the only thing is you'll lose whatever upgrades they did to the B560. So if they tweak things a little bit differently for 11th gen on the B560, or if there was a slightly like updated audio or USB slots might be different, because do either of them even have like USB-Cs and stuff like that? Have you checked what the difference is between them?
All I know is that the 560s have 2 USB-Cs, but I'm thinking to myself, what would I even need the USB-C for? I'm not really sure. I don't know what to charge a phone. I'm not really sure. Oh, and apparently the storm does occur, but it's very rare.
Yeah.
Charlie objectives under control. Sector secure.
So the
Our forces
Z,
are nearing majority control of the sectors.
we want to compare. Let's just go to the bottom then, where we're at the oldest. So there's the 3 series. Okay, so the motherboards you are looking at is the Z490A gaming, isn't it?
Yeah.
That
Well,
one.
apparently, yeah.
And we want a 560.
Which is the one I was eyeing.
And it's the
560A.
560A gaming.
Yeah. Only because the F only offers like an extra M.2. Like, what's the point?
Okay, so according to Intel, they both use the same RAM, they both have the same slots. So it does this, even the official Asus website doesn't have proper fucking comparison specs for the older motherboard.
That's I'm a little worried about the 490. Like, is it going to be a bit too old? Well, it should match my CPU because that's what it was designed for. And I don't think I'll be spending anytime soon for another CPU upgrade because I'm pretty sure the i9's.
Here we go. This the 560A gaming and this Z490A gaming. So they're both TDP, but it doesn't matter. Obviously, the Z490 supports a lot more RAM.
We don't have time for this.
They both actually use the same audio chipset. So there you go.
Sorry, what
They
do you
both use
same?
this. They both use the same audio chipset.
Alpha objectives under
Which one?
control.
Sorry.
Sector secure.
Both the two that we're looking at.
490 and 560.
Yeah, so both,
Okay.
because they're the only two I'm looking at.
Yeah.
So both of them use the same audio, except the Z490 is 8-channel. The
That's fine.
B560 is 7.1.
Oh wait, so 8-channel meaning I can't have a sub?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh. I know my current one is 7.1, and that's fine because I can still do what I usually do. It's just 4.1.
Maybe they just changed the name from 7.1 to say 8 channel, but
Maybe.
maybe it's
I
still
mean,
the same. It's
yeah.
the same chipset, so
Okay.
like it's both an ROG Supreme FX high definition with a codec S1220A. It's the same on both. So the B560 uses the Realtek and the 490 uses Intel. They both have the same speed. The Z490 has Crossfire and RAID support. Apparently the Z490 is also not Wi-Fi according to what I'm looking at, but that's maybe
fine.
just the wrong one set. It's got an extra PCI Express times 16 and an extra PCI times 4.
Yeah, I'm not getting a 490 in PLE. Are you looking at someone else?
I'm just looking at a comparison website.
Oh, okay.
So the Z490 supports, they both support M keys, but
M keys.
yeah, so M key M2 devices, but the Z490 also supports an E key, a different type of M2, and with the B560, one of the M2 devices will only work if you've got an 11th gen CPU. You won't have that problem with the Z490. They both have the same sort of USB stuff. So that's something.
I have a feeling that the 490 is going to be hard to find due to its age.
PLE have it.
No, they don't. They only have a like a mini ITX variant of it. There's no ATX, and there's no ATX, not even any in PC case gear. Don't know if Scorpion Tech has.
Wait, if PLE doesn't have it, then where was I looking at it? What the fuck? I thought I was looking at it on the PLE website, and now it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, might have been some random website that you were thinking it's PLA.
No, it was 100%. It was the PLE website I was looking at earlier.
Has majority control.
Maybe reopen and close tab if you haven't gone that far ahead.
I mean, I could even check my stream and go back and look at it, but yeah, I was looking at it from the PLE website.
Well, I think the rocket just launched.
They're making their final
I'm
push.
scrolling down, and it's the same with Scorp Tech, but they only have the mini ITX refurbished available, $299. What the fuck?
I mean, you could get the strict set 490 for $600 from Amazon if you want.
Ooh, yay. 600, that's like more than my CPU.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And I never buy from Amazon.
Well, what the hell was I looking at then?
I don't know, I didn't have your stream.
That's really weird, eh?
What's... Oh, Gundam Edition. basically a touch by the looks of it.
Well, we want an Intel 1200, right?
Yeah. It's the only socket I can, fit. $590, $560, $560.
Oh, I must have been looking at the Z590A.
I'm not opposed to getting a 590. At least, it will have everything that the 490 had. It's just I won't be able to save
Yeah.
that much. But if I can find a decent price 490 and it has everything that I need, I'm more than happy to get it.
Yeah, so I suppose you could get a gigabyte. I know you don't want it. You don't want a gigabyte, so that's kind of out the question.
I've never had a gigabyte motherboard though. I don't know if I can.
Well, I think
I would have to look in.
When you consider it, like this is what I remember reading anyway. Doesn't matter what motherboard you get. If it's a Z490, it's basically a premium motherboard.
So there's a gigabyte 490.
Yeah.
That plane's drifting.
PLE have in Coburn Z490 Aorus. It's a mini ITX.
Mini ITX.
Yeah. Or if you want to spend $380, they've got a ATX. Actually, they do have a cheap one. But then do you really want a cheap one?
No. Because even though this is important, I would also really like a RGB header for my GPU bracket, because I've been using my GPU bracket but not being able to use the light because my current motherboard is really old. So it's like I spent $40 on a GPU bracket that I can't even fully utilize, even though it's
RGB LEDs.
And I need at least one 5-volt. I didn't know that the 12-volt versions were just the old legacy types, because a lot of the newer stuff use the 5-volt headers now, and I don't even have any of them. I mean, is there more than just PLE? I mean, I'm all for getting it in person. That's fine. I get us some kind of peace of mind through that, because then, retail, easy to refund or whatever. Optech doesn't seem to have what I'm looking for.
PC Gear has an MSI Z490A.
How much? Oh.
Yeah, the MSI looks like it could be a decent motherboard.
And
And this is the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Apparently anything that's got Pro in the end is actually the lowest out of all grades. So what's above Pro? I can't remember. Like there's something above Pro and there's something above that. And I always thought, I thought Pro was like the top of the line stuff. Not. Apparently it's the lowest out of the thing. So really, the 560 can only do like 65 watts.
Well, I don't know exactly
Mm.
what it would be, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, with MSI, the cheapest is the Pro, then there's the Tomahawk, and then there's the Gaming Plus MPG. So yeah, it's the cheapest one. But you could get the Tomahawk version from M-Wave. It's $280. That's like the most expensive MSI Z490.
Inside.
It even comes with a dual Ethernet. It's only got three rear USBs plus a USB Type-C.
Wow.
Sorry, scratch that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus a USB Type-C.
Oh, okay, that's decent.
It looks like it's got 1, 2. Yeah.
Wait, so you did actually find, not from a store, but you did actually find a 490 Strix
I thought I did. I must have been looking at the 590.
590 damn. Because I was gonna say maybe somewhere out there is a 490. Just hard. Just have to look harder or something. But if it doesn't exist altogether, then obviously it's gonna be impossible to find.
Yeah, this looks like it actually might be a decent one. All of the Asus ones are sold out.
Really?
It always
Shit.
seems to be the case.
And I know it sounds like I'm having gripe with every other brand, but I've also heard about pretty sketchy stuff with MSI. Ugh. I can't catch a break. And the only thing bad I heard about Asus, it was from EC Mates, and the reason why they don't sell Asus brands because they have problems with their warranty. And I was like, well, that's not my problem. I still want an Asus. they only sell Gigabyte. And I was like, well, I don't want a Gigabyte.
Would you get an ITX motherboard?
Pretty small, aren't they? They're like the ones that only has one.
One PCI Express and that's it.
Yeah, which would be enough, really, because I don't see that I don't think I would need any more than one. But what happens if I want a second I can probably tell which one this one is. Oh, Azra.
Yeah, just get this.
Yeah, the ITX one doesn't look like it has much.
Just get the
I mean,
last one I sent you.
Yeah.
You done with it?
Oh, I've seen that one too. Yeah, 490 plus Wi-Fi, but look at the
Oh,
IO ports.
well, okay, fine. You get this one that's on special.
Oh, special for 1500 to 1200.
It's literally $15 more, and you get the Strix Z490.
Yeah, but
But it's mini.
it's mini, and it's like, well, I'll be getting that if I had a mini case as well. But my CPU cooler is bigger than that.
Oh, you can get one that's refurbished for $200.
The same mini ITX.
No, this one.
This one. So many tabs open motherboards. Ooh. Why does it only have 3 stars?
Mm.
Oh, H. What's H? Dash H. I'm not familiar with H. That looks cool. Let's read the reviews.
What do you got?
Oh,
Two.
one of them says 1 star. Motherboard short circuit a month later after usage. Or maybe he used something too strong. Okay, motherboard, but has severe problems. What? Problems with LAN and sleep hibernate. Well, I don't use sleep and hibernate. Asus unwilling to okay, so tech support problems.
Yeah, just get the Asus Tough for $325 from Scorp Tech.
But look at the, like, it has a, what kind of, I know, it just makes it look old. It's got a PS2 port. Why? Use PS2. I mean, I guess the only thing I can that can come good from that is if sometimes when you go on the BIOS and your keyboard doesn't work because it's USB, but PS2 does, and that's one thing. But
yeah, get the 325, the Asus Tough 490.
I'm only left with one other. I mean, two USB ports. Wow. Because the top 2 ones would be the mouse and keyboard. That's funny.
It's got 3, but if your case has USB ports, you can plug it in.
Well, I mean, it needs to have the plugs at the bottom of the motherboard. That's where the other connectors go.
Yeah, well, that's where all of these are.
But I'm just looking at the heat sink. It looks like something that won't stay cool. Because there was another thing I looked into was the how cool does the VRMs perform under load. And I think it was the ASRoX that exceeded over 100, which is unacceptable. And I don't want like, look at those heat sinks. Yeah, they're big, but they don't look like something that would cool very well. God, it's tough to find. I mean, maybe okay. Well, I might look into this tough one a bit more, just to sort of thing. Rock solid performance with upgraded power delivery, comprehensive cooling options to fuel the latest.
Or you could get a top of the range.
Yeah. Auroras.
Yeah. The Aorus Master. It's $550 and it's $200 off.
I do like how there's a shield that's sort of like a layer on top of the thing, so it doesn't expose all the circuitries. I know.
So instead of a 50 amp power, this thing uses a 90 amp power.
Wait, so is that what the 60 and the 90 represents? Like the 560 uses 60 and the
Nah,
490 and 590
I don't
uses
think
90?
so. I don't really know.
Because usually, well, that's what numbers mean, but I don't know.
That would be like getting like a top of the range premium Z490 motherboard for an affordable price.
The Aorus.
The Aorus, yeah, and it's like you can more or less guarantee it'll do everything you want.
Well, I mean, because Aorus is gigabyte, isn't it?
Yeah,
Then I can just buy the Aorus from EC Mates because that's all they sell.
yeah, but do they sell the $550 one for $350?
Oh yeah, probably not for that price. Their price is always at the top.
Because that's the only reason you'd be up to get it.
Yeah, because it's so much. It does look
It's
very
on special,
appealing. Yeah.
Anyway, let's play some Battlefield.
Let's do some Battlefield. Let's continue to die.
But yeah, if you wanted to spend, if you're willing to spend a little bit more, and I think it's safe to assume you should be worry free as long as the motherboard doesn't like break on its own accord.
Yeah, well, I'm willing to shell the extra green, to sort of guarantee me the headroom that I need or may need. Because I don't want to be like, oh, I got this motherboard 560, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, this runs alright, and I'm thinking this is normal when it actually isn't,